Presented by Listen Headlines. Latest financial news from trusted sources.
Daily FX Market News. November 20th. 1900 American New York, gold price to stay afloat on strong US PCE price report. The update to the Personal Consumption Expenditure (PCE) price index may prop up the price of gold if the Fed's preferred gauge for inflation rises for 11 straight months.
Armstrong Economics. November 20th. 1859 America New York. Worldwide COVID protests some turning violent as police support tyranny. In the Netherlands, COVID-19 cases have surged despite more than 70% of the country being fully vaccinated. Protests have turned violent in the Netherlands and massive protests are taking place around the world, including Australia over to Croatia, Italy, and Austria.
Marginal Revolution. November 20th. 1747 America New York, Richard Stroup alas has passed away. Here is his Wikipedia page. Among his other contributions, he co-authored an excellent economics textbook, with Gwartney, and he was a founding father of free market environmentalism. RIP.
Daily FX Market News. November 20th. 1500 America New York, crude oil fundamental forecast, US and China square off against OPEC. Oil fell last week after the United States and China appeared to coordinate efforts to fight high prices. Will potential SPR releases between the two superpowers put OPEC on the defense?
Forex Live. November 20th. 1448 America New York, Japanese Prime Minister Kishida confirms his government is considering an oil reserve release. Over the past week, the U.S. administration has been in discussions with other countries over releasing oil from reserves. The U.S. has approached China, Japan, India, South Korea.
Wall Street Journal U.S. Business. November 20th. 1350 America New York, tax plan inflames Democratic debate in Senate over $2 trillion bill. The Build Back Better plan's provision to raise the cap on state and local tax deductions to $80,000 has alarmed Senate Democrats, who promised to raise taxes on the wealthy. New York Times Business. November 20th. 1318 America New York, Jay Last, one of the rebels who founded Silicon Valley, dies at 92. He and 7 others left the Shockley Semiconductor Laboratory to create their own silicon company, Fairchild Semiconductor, which is now seen as ground zero for the West Coast tech industry. The so-called traitorous 8 in 1960, a few years after they left William Shockley's lab to found Fairchild Semiconductor.
Marginal Revolution. November 20th. 1236 America New York, Saturday Assorted Links. 1. The Greedy Doctor Problem. 2. Potemkin Village Markets in Everything Nothing short video. 3. How AlphaZero learns chess, with Kramnik 2. 4. Employment for the disabled has been rising.
Wall Street Journal U.S. Business. November 20th. 1111 America New York, Thanksgiving is on, and so is the hunt for ingredients. Consumers are planning bigger Thanksgiving gatherings after last year's scaled-back celebrations, and fuller shopping carts are putting grocery chains to the test.
Daily FX Market News. November 20th. 11 o'clock America New York, U.S. dollar forecast, key inflation data, Biden Fed nomination in focus. The U.S. dollar may remain on the offense with the Fed's preferred gauge of inflation, core PCE, expected at the highest since 1991. Will Joe Biden's Fed chair nomination have lasting U.S. dollar imp?
New York Times Business. November 20th. 1054 America New York, how India's farmers got Narendra Modi to back down. They received foreign and domestic financial support, kept their camps organized and looked for ways to be seen while trying to avoid violence. Wall Street Journal U.S. Business. November 20th. 1018 America New York, at 1.9%, Nebraska has lowest unemployment rate of any state, ever. There are 69,000 job openings in Nebraska, but less than a third as many people seeking work.
Wall Street Journal Markets. November 20th. 1003 America New York, DoorDash investors gobble up European takeout. The food delivery company's investors may have too high of hopes for the Wolt opportunity in Europe.
Wall Street Journal U.S. Business. November 20th. 928 America New York, desperate parents turn to shopping bots to hunt for hottest Christmas gifts. Long used by resellers looking to buy and flip high-demand goods for a profit, the technology is also now being used by desperate holiday shoppers to buy just a few items at a time.
Armstrong Economics. November 20th. 9:13 America, New York. Private blog. The Economic Future from Here. Private blog. The Economic Future from Here private blog posts are exclusively available to Socrates subscribers. To sign up for Socrates or to learn more, please visit ask-socrates.com.
Wall Street Journal Markets. November 20th. 9:05 America, New York. UBS names Colm Kelleher as next chairman. The longtime Morgan Stanley executive is set to take over board leadership from Axel Weber next year. Wall Street Journal Markets. November 20th. 9:03 America, New York. Trillions in assets may be left stranded in climate change shifts. Write-downs of power plants, auto factories and fossil fuel reserves could cause big losses in the transition to renewable energy.
New York Times Business. November 20th. 8 o'clock America, New York. Ray Dalio says, "If you worry, you don't have to worry." The billionaire founder of the world's largest hedge fund talked with Dealbook about China, inflation and the changing world order, his new book about empires.
Marginal Revolution. November 20th. 7:25 America, New York. The Great Resignation. Healthcare workers. We are short 1 million healthcare workers. Today, with extreme stress on the system, there are 16 million healthcare workers, about 500,000 fewer than when the pandemic began in January of 2020 and about 1 million fewer than would be expected based on decades of growth.
Wall Street Journal U.S. Business. November 20th. 5:30 America, New York. With vaccine mandate looming, business owners face wary workers. Small business owners say their preparations to comply with federal rules slated to take effect January 4 are exacerbating hiring problems and meeting resistance among some staffers. New York Times Business. November 20th. 5:01 America, New York. Race to the Future. What to know about the frantic quest for cobalt. A New York Times investigation examines the global demand for raw materials as the clean energy revolution takes off. This is what we found. Miners hauled bags of cobalt in the Southeast Democratic Republic of Congo. New York Times Business. November 20th. 5:01 America, New York. Race to the Future. What to know about the frantic quest for cobalt. A New York Times investigation examines the global demand for raw materials as the clean energy revolution takes off. This is what we found. Miners hauled bags of cobalt in the Southeast Democratic Republic of Congo.